Hey everyone, it's Mike with It's Pittsfield Tonight. I'm going to jump right into it, and I'm going to start with a post I put up last night. And one of the things I wish I worded it different, and you used to be able to go back and change, like you could switch out images. Facebook does not let you do that anymore. Facebook is changing into this weird place. I mean, I like it. I like Facebook. I like social media. I don't like it over-regulated. But anyway, I understand having to have some whatever. Whole new, different conversation. But anyway, so the post is the one that I put up that said, do you think the changes done to North Street in Pittsfield, and then in parentheses it says bike lanes, play street, parklets, reduced lanes, will have an impact on events like the July 4th parade, Third Thursday, etc.? And I really, one of the reasons that crossed my mind, that whole concept, was when you're going down North Street and you look at how reduced the street is now, and there's so many spots where there's like Jersey barriers, the big concrete barriers, and those things are nearly a half a ton a piece, to where it's not just painted lines that changed it. The island in the middle, I mean, in my lifetime, I'm old enough now where I remember it's like, oh, we need an island. Let's take the island out. Let's put an island in. Let's take the island out. Let's park diagonal. Let's park this way. Let's park that way. And none of it has ever worked. I don't know why but, because the way the street, it was actually designed, you kind of have to work with that. But anyway, back to the 4th of July parade, I thought about, you got these parklets, you got these concrete barriers out in the road, you got the island now where the trees are really, and not that island hasn't been there a while, but the trees, I think they're maple trees, are really starting to grow, and it's starting to block the view. And last year is the first time I really noticed that. And North Street is starting to seem very condensed and boxed in. And I just don't know if that's right. I get their premise. They're trying to slow traffic down and force people to go. I don't know. I don't know if that's what they're doing, but they're trying to slow things down. To me, growth would be businesses. The more businesses, the more people will go there. I mean, but you have to make it convenient. And people have been struggling with the kiosks because they're not user friendly. And they're really not for a lot of people. These sudden changes to the street, the whole deal. And if you look at that post and you look at some of the comments, and I'm kind of babbling, but I have a tendency to do that. I'm going to read some of them. Let me get my old man glasses on. But that was one of the things that was crossing my mind, is how it's literally reduced the street space. And I don't know what's happening with my hair. One day I woke up and I was like, what is going on? It's the 70s. But some of these comments, there was a couple people who did agree with me. Kathy said yes, she did think it would, and they should stop trying to modernize it and leave it as the quaint New England city it is. She thinks that's the appeal. A lot of people agree with that the whole appeal to tourism and everything is that whole New Englandy Norman Rockwell type image would draw people in. That's why people flock to Great Barrington, Stockbridge, Lenox, So a lot of people feel that way. The powers that be right now don't. They're looking to change things and modernize it in a different way. But all these comments, Adele said, sadly, she avoids North Street now. It's like driving through a maze. John said, I think it's great. I drive down North Street almost every day. It's actually quicker now. Took a couple tries to get used to it, but I like the concept. I'm eager to see how it works once the weather gets better. So that was a positive one. A lot of people said the overall consensus was nobody thought it would change things like Third Thursday or the 4th of July parade. I was trying to think how you would get floats through all that and everything. You have the trees out into the road now, and you have concrete jersey barriers. So there would be some work, I would think, in removing those barriers and then having to put them back. I would think. The parklets, those are big concrete, half a ton jersey barriers. But anyway, whatever. That was what I was thinking. I don't know if I'm right or not on that. Bob said it's already having an effect. He's been driving for 50 years, and he's never seen such a stupid and dangerous configuration. Irma said she has to avoid North Street now. Carolyn said it's a cluster. You can use your imagination what the next word was. Pat said it makes no sense. Kate, though, said, I think that these things are just testing what works well and what doesn't, so everybody feels welcome, whether it be a pedestrian, biker, or vehicle. So Kate is open to giving it a shot. And everybody said that they don't think, the people that said they don't think it would have an effect on or an impact on events like 4th of July parade and Third Thursday. One of the places I was coming from with that was, do you think it'll have an impact in a positive way also? I didn't say just negative, I just said impact. And because they're saying this is going to draw more pedestrians, more cyclists to the area by making our streets and everything more accessible. So do you think that because of that, you'd see like a Third Thursday, a lot of people on bicycles, heavier bike traffic, and more people? That's, I didn't mean just negative with that, but nobody said that. Nobody put positive. And that also made me think, look, the reality is with the whole project, overall, the consensus in the community is they hate it, and they didn't get to have any input on this. And, one of the things we do now that's very common is we label people as like some kind of phobic on everything now. Like when the proposal for the pay-as-you-throw trash was, the guy was from the company, the waste company, was giving his proposal or little speech there, and he said that, I know a lot of people don't like this, but that's because they don't understand. They're just they don't understand it. They need to be educated. They don't know why that what they don't like is wrong, and that type of mentality. Like they're trashophobics now, or the people that don't like these bike lanes. I've heard some of the people that are defending it saying, well, that's because they just don't understand. And look, if the consensus in the public is we don't like this, we've got to make some changes, we're not happy with what you've done to the street, it's a public project. You got to be open to hearing that. And we're not getting much of that. We're in the era of my way or the highway, one way, and that's it. And that's going to bring me back to the other topic I'm going to bring up before I completely run out of time here. And that is, well, it stems, I hate even talking about this, but it stems from what has recently come to light between our Ward 1 City Councilor, Helen Moon, and our District Attorney, Andrea Harrington. And you know what? This just goes back to what I've been saying all along about we have to get rid of these cliques. They're destroying everything. If you go back to that District Attorney's race, and I'm going to talk about this, and I usually get heat on this so when I bring this topic up, and I understand that. But now that it's back out in the public, and I'm not the one who put it there, so all this stuff is being floated around. Helen Moon and our Ward 6 City Councilor, she wasn't during that campaign, she is now, Dina Lampiazzi, both were campaign managers for Andrea Harrington. Both of them were hired and positions created for them in the district attorney's office when Andrea got elected. Then Dina Lampiazzi also got elected to the city council. Now, let's rewind just a quick step to the district attorney's election, the race. And before the primary, it was Judy Knight, Andrea Harrington, and Paul Cacaviello. Paul was the first assistant ADA. After David Capeless left, the governor put Paul as the DA and he wasn't an acting DA, he was the district attorney. And the governor has to do that. And you have to go in front of a panel, and it's a pretty big deal. It wasn't, everyone started spinning these stories around, which were ridiculous. But anyway, it turned into Helen, especially. The onslaught on Paul Cacaviello was unbelievably brutal and unnecessary. That campaign, I'm telling you, he was labeled a racist, a sexist, a this and that, and all baseless, off of nothing. They put mailers out and put him on a flyer with Donald Trump because they know that the majority, over 70% of Berkshire County residents, didn't vote that way. It was baseless to do that. It was just these ploys. It was win at any cost, including destroying another person who gave 30 years of his life to a community as a public servant for barely any money. And a true public servant who was non-political and tried to, here's a family that when you think, husband is a prosecutor, wife is a Catholic school teacher, daughter straight A honor roll student. They were, what you think of when you think the perfect little American hometown family, giving back to the community, volunteering for things. It just, to watch a family unnecessarily be destroyed to try to win an election. And now, my point is with this, is now we're seeing these same people turning on each other, saying the same things that their opponents, not just Paul, Judy Knight also, was trying to say to defend themselves when these people were attacking them. But now, because something happened against them, now it's, you're a bad person, or this or that. What about the people you destroyed ahead of time? What about them to win an election? And that's what's bothering me so much about what we're seeing about, which stemmed from this district attorney's thing. And I'm not going to bring up any of that in detail, but I can tell you right now, this year is a city council election year, and people need to pay attention to that. And people need to remember that, when that DA's race happened, all these people got involved. The city councilors, all of them, they worked as a group to go out there and campaign to get rid of somebody and work together to get their person in there. And they did it at any expense. And I can tell you right now who did it. It's not a secret. It's not a secret. And now we're watching them all go after each other with the same bull drama. And it's all about them. It's not about the community. It's about, you're doing this to me. No, you're doing this to me. And they're just attacking. And now's not the time for that. Now is the time for good things to happen in Pittsfield. So that's that. I think I'm out of time. So that's it for now. I've really pushed this one. I'm going to have another video out tomorrow. So it's going to be a beautiful day. It should hit 60. Everyone have a great day. Get outside, open the windows, do what you can do to enjoy it. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.